Hello and welcome everyone, I am Ducky O'Brien and this will be my full playthrough of Flow Weaver. It's gonna take roughly an hour, and if you guys do not want any spoilers then obviously don't watch this, but I will have timestamps for most of the key events in the comments down below as well as in the description to help you guys out. But it will take you roughly 40 minutes to beat the game once you already know what to do. So let's get into it. By the way, I've been playing the game from start to completion 3 times now, and I am really tired of the unskippable cutscenes. But yeah, in the beginning you saw the glimpse of the necromancer and the 5 runestones that are binding you.
Where am I? What happened?
I wish the voice acting was playing, but it lets you play the game without taking control away from you. It's very annoying when you're playing it the 3rd time and you already know what to do. But yeah.
It's empty. Whatever this place is, I've been completely cut off from most of the dimensions I know. From the magic I've mastered. At least I'm still connected to my own dreamscape.
Yeah, at first I didn't know you're supposed to grab that thing on the top. Make sure you look up. I was a little embarrassed because I was like, why isn't the game continuing? And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to grab this thingy and pull down on it.
Somehow completely disconnected from the dimensions of magic I'm used to. Which means I can't simply pull.
Once again, ah man, I'm just tired of all these cutscenes that you can't skip through.
No, not powerless. I still know how to move between dimensions. If I can find portal keys, if I can learn more about the dimensions that surround this world, access them. Go back to first principles.
I just don't like it when a game takes away control from you, like camera control, being able to play the game.
Not that it's much of a step.
You know, just give me a cutscene at that point.
Storage room. Well, at least the dreamscape remains a fixed point in my planar compass. That proves at least some of the magics here function as expected. The dreamscape is a borderlands between mortal thought and immortal magic. A dimension of cognition. Every sapient mind touches a piece of it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care about this part.
Lectures did come in handy after all. Recent, topical, and unprotected thoughts will gather above the dreamscape in my compass as I puzzle my way through this predicament.
It was okay the first time through. Like the 3rd time through, I was like, it's because I played it back to back to back.
Deeper thoughts, subconscious, private, and secret.
And that's when it gets a little bit grinding, but irritating, I mean. But not a lot of people are gonna do that, so it should be okay for most people. It's just for me, personally speaking. Yeah, so you can hold B or Y to meditate and detect magic. Basically, this will give you the points of interest. Basically, all the objects you can interact with.
So many objects in this room hum with power.
And use this if you guys ever get lost.
That I could maybe harness as portal keys.
Look all around you as well, above, below, to the side. It's rare that something is behind you though. I don't think anything is. It's meant to be played sitting down.
Clearly I'm not the only person who's been brought here. Hopefully I can fare better than you did, friend.
You just grab the skull and you just plop it anywhere, it'll float back to the skeleton. It's literally the Shadow Realm. I can think of all the memes coming out. Again,
the Shadow Realm sounds.
I wish it would just let me grab it and go, you know?
Perhaps a place of secrets, or this world.
By the way, I finally lost my battery, the original battery for the right controller. It took me many months, but it finally died. What a champion.
The energies in that bone were tied to a dimension that connects to this world. I should be able to travel there.
Another Flow Weaver, captured, as I was, a prisoner of the necromancer and her peers.
Flow Weaver? Necromancer? What are you talking about?
This distant world has a unique relationship with the dimensions of magic. They call them flows here, for the way they move like the tides through their worlds. The magical tapestry is not stable. Those of us who travel between the dimensions with ease, we are heir to them. Special. They name us Flow Weavers. The cell, the runes of binding, these are the work of a necromancer.
That shadow I saw before I came here.
I do not know her purpose. I'm sorry to say that I learned little more before I died here. This dimension is dangerous. A dragon of bone and shadow haunts these plains.
I'm just waiting for this guy to stop talking. Yeah, I really wish he will let you skip these scenes.
I can help you further, but please, please, I am bound to this place still, cursed. But there is an amulet in the cell, a gift from my master. It can release me.
I saw that, but it's out of reach.
There's still time. I can teach you the magic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to skip. Please, please. I think you could probably cut off a good 10 minutes off the playtime if you could skip cutscenes.
How can I release it?
Open the crate. The flows of this world are uniquely connected, layered over the material world.
I did enjoy this game quite a bit though. It was very difficult. I actually had to look up some videos to get help at certain points, but no one had a full walkthrough, so I was losing my mind. I like playing escape room games. I can clear up all of them pretty easily. This game though stumped me for some reason. I think maybe lack of sleep.
Good. This darkness is part of the curse binding me. The necromancer's attempt to wrest information from me.
I don't play VR in very long sessions, maybe an hour at most, but I quit after that. This game, I played, I think for 5 hours straight. I took a little breaks in between because I had to charge my headset, but yeah, I couldn't put it down. And I played it 3 times, so to get record footage, the first time it kind of messed up, and I was like, darn it, I have to play it all over from the beginning.
It's just like another spell I once knew.
Because I didn't want to edit the playthrough, I wanted to show it from start to end. Okay. Make sure you grab the runestone from the chest. Sometimes you might forget to pick it up. So I pick it up, put it down there. Another cutscene.
Powerful circle of binding. That must be tied to those runestones I saw when I was captured. Who did this to me? Oh, I can already feel the spell of binding weaken a little. If I can find more of the runestones that were used in the ritual. Wait, what's
Here I am trying to skip again.
We have long known that other worlds exist, far out beyond the flows. Distant places, disconnected from ours, with flows of their own, unique magics of their own. The Master tells me that there are flow weavers from those worlds who learn to travel between flows, between worlds, with ease. Such are the connections between most places in the cosmos. Do so would require an understanding of the magic of all the flows, to master so many types of magic. I'll believe it when I see it.
Believe it.
So if you turn off the lights by touching that, you get the recipe for the fairy brew. You don't need to do this. You can just put the ingredients in and you'll make it. So if you're lost, you can just do that.
The more runestones I find, the more I disrupt her spell.
It's wine, ectoplasm, and purple flower.
Of her own mind. The way that binding spell was cast, I'm guessing there should be one runestone in each dimension of this world.
My amulet. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just trying to leave right away.
Beware the dragon. I did not think my wounds fatal, but
Wait, please!
But you take
Is
the
there
amulet and you
anything
give it
else
back to
can
the
tell me?
dude.
I learned a little more. But I did make contact with the fairies. Concocted a special brew. Make them this offering, and they may help you.
What offering?
Devised in the dark of the cell. Fond of drink.
Damn. Rest now, friend.
Yeah, so you light the torch and you light those candles there, and you can
item is a
unlock
portal
the
key. I
webs
should put
to
this
get
into
the
my
mouse
planar
out, but you
compass.
need those candles lit for
My
the fairy
captors
realm.
have given me an evening bottle of wine, it seems.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. What did you bring?
Hi there. Can you help me? Where am I? What is this world? Hello? Maybe something to get their attention.
Wine, wine, they have wine. Wine.
Yeah, bring the wine and then the fairies will talk to you.
Your wine?
Thanks for the wine, stranger. The other folks from your world are not nearly so kind.
It's not my world.
Well, they're no friends of the fairies anyway. There's this necromancer. She's scary.
Oh my god, the cutscenes drive me insane. I can't skip them and they're so
We steal
long.
from her.
Oh?
Just like, let me play the game.
We stole this beautiful golden cup from your world. It's magic. I think it's important because she was so mad when we took it.
May I see it?
Maybe if you do something for us. The last guy who came here, he was making some kind of special drink for us.
He never came back. So disappointing. I'm thirsty.
Bring us the ingredients for his recipe. Put them in this bowl, and we'll help in return.
A deal with fairies, eh? Well, I don't have much of a choice.
So here you're supposed to be able to touch the fireflies and then get the communication power. I had a little bit of a difficulty doing that. It wouldn't activate for some reason.
It's daylight again. Huh, time passes strangely once more.
I'm just going to go back so I can reset
Looks
the
pretty
wine
dead.
bottle as well.
Wonder if we
As
could
well
ever
as
grow
grab the
again.
acorn. You can put the acorn
Oh,
in the
babe.
dirt to your
There's some
left
life
right
in you
there.
yet.
So you can get placed. So I grab the bottle of wine again. It does respawn. Just put it in the middle.
Wow. Nice.
And then I tried to touch the fireflies to get the thing to trigger and would not for the life of me. I didn't understand why. But it worked after a little bit. This is the only time it happened. The first two times it happened pretty immediately.
Oh, hello.
There we go. And it went and triggered finally.
I've been watching these fireflies.
You touch the fireflies to get the communication
I
ability.
want to tell you something.
Okay. How are they going to do that? Do they talk? Hello, Firefly!
No, that's ridiculous. Here, I'll teach you. Pull the energy of this place into you to commune with different creatures.
So if you count here, it gives you the code to enter into that combination place.
Ah, excellent! Now what does that mean?
Who knows?
So you count it.
I have to return to the
And
material
this is,
world
I
before
hate this
develops.
part. It's very hard to manipulate.
Looks like I'll need some kind of 4-digit combination to open
It's so,
There are
it's
10,000
so
possible
inconsistent and
combinations,
just
so I'm gonna need a
non-sensitive,
clue
but
or
there you go.
something.
We're gonna input the combination now. It's 2142. You get the purple sphere. There's another combination behind the skeleton. If you see there, 5354. this, you get the red gem, put it in the lantern, and then that'll power the lantern. You can do a couple things with that. But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use the purple flower. When you put the purple bulb there, you get the purple flower in the fairylands right there.
Oh, I can sense a connection here across flows. Something that's affected the growth of this flower.
Now we have to wind the flower. We're gonna get the ectoplasm. You have to communicate with the rodent there, which will dig up the container. You can actually dig it up yourself with, you know, holding an object and glitching it out, but you can't actually pick it up then. You have to have the animal do it. I'm gonna switch to the shadow hand and grab it. And make sure it's in your hand and teleport to the Shadowland, the Shadow Realm. And then you just put the bowl into the ectoplasm and it collects it. Teleport back to the material world, and then you go back into the fairy realm, put it in, and you're gonna get the goblet that will take you to the underworld.
Wonderful. Thank you for this, stranger. You're the first visitor from your world that we've liked in a long time.
That's nice, but like I said, it's not my world.
That's what the other guy said too. But he never delivered on the drink.
For what it's worth, he didn't forget about you. He died.
So anyway, we were going to strand you deep in the forest as a joke. But we like you now, and we'd rather drink more anyway. We'll keep our end of the deal. The golden chalice. We stole it from the necromancer. She's nasty. Nasty.
So I've heard.
Ta-da!
Oh my.
It's full of magic. Must be important. But the drink you made us is way
Yeah,
more
what a goblet.
important.
It looks very
Thanks, friends.
very pleasant.
Oh, hey, can you tell me more about this world? Hello? Well, enjoy the brew.
Alright, now we have the underworld unlocked. We're gonna swap out to the lantern and we're gonna go visit the Shadow Realm so we can meet the dragon who will give us access to the bridge place.
Oh my. Easy there.
Yeah, there's just so much talking. You gotta use communicate
The light of this torch comes from that pink glass
with the
in cell,
dragon.
and it seems to keep the power of this flow at bay, including the dragon. Hello, do you want something? Well, other than to eat me. Can we communicate?
You bring foul magic
So
into my
long.
realm. Magic that does not belong.
Yeah. You know when you're operating
no
on little
disrespect.
sleep and you play the game 3 times in a row back to back to back, the third time through it's a real drag when you have to
Slinger before you.
sit through this.
I should kill you like I killed him.
I'd prefer you didn't. And anyway, with this fairy light, I don't think you can.
Like it would be okay if you could just skip it, you know, if they gave you that choice.
Know that I do not like you, interloper. But there are others from your world I like less. Your captors, the necromancer. They probe the flows around them, and she makes a regular habit of disturbing my realm. They play with powers they should not, with no regard for the damage they do, grasping at knowledge not meant for them.
Hey, I don't like him much either.
He didn't roll there.
Maybe I will not kill you. You can perhaps deal with them. Stop their crusade.
I can certainly try. I am trapped, though.
The necromancer draws her power from this realm. Others of her ilk access other flows for their power. But I can let you into a flow they cannot access. One they lack expertise in. Perhaps from there, you can find a way to end them.
I'll give it a shot.
You will succeed, or you will die.
Yeah, let's succeed then, shall we?
Take this. It will lead you to a place known as the Skybridge. They will not find you there.
Another portal key. Thank you. Great. Thanks.
Alright, now we have the Skybridge unlocked. Now, switch to the purple lantern thingamabob before going to the Skybridge, because you're going to need it to activate the center console.
My goodness.
And here you just put together the little object on the right hand side, put the ball in, and the cover for the ball, the long thingy, and then the top part. I couldn't find it because it was usually down here, but it was on that island, floating island to the right. I was like, where is it? I was losing my mind. This is what happens when you don't get sleep. I was like, oh, there it is. And then you stick it on. That activates stat.
These won't seem to stick together without.
And if you have the purple there, it'll go into the center console, and you can activate the rings. Now there's a voice quip about how this area is separated from everything else, and that's supposed to play then, but it plays after you come back. Now you gotta switch back to the lantern to get the red laser out.
You must be the actual necromancer in the flesh. I've heard so
And here again, once again,
about you.
the actual playthrough would have been so much shorter without cutscenes.
You will show us how, even if we cannot always follow.
Here, come a little closer. I'll show you what I can do with your flows.
I like how she just like nope and then slides the door closed. Alright, this one's fairly easy. Just click each ring one time. That's it. It's already in place. Just one time. Make sure you're careful not to click the same ring twice. But just click each ring one time.
Hey, buddy.
Also, make sure you communicate with the bird. The bird will bring back a runestone. You're gonna take that back.
This is another piece of the binding spell.
And then another cutscene.
With the master's help, I set a trap. A web.
It's interesting. It's interesting the first time through, you know? I like how she's just peeking there.
Flow weavers that can so effortlessly move between worlds. I must study them, learn from them. Doesn't make sense to draw power as easily from the mind as the outside world, from life as from death. And yet, I have now witnessed it. The words master wove.
Oh, one thing though, I would recommend having some space in front of you while playing this game. You are supposed to be able to play while seated, yet you do have to stretch your arm in front of you, and if you're sitting on like on the edge, not the edge, but if you're sitting in front of a desk, I'm gonna hit my desk and my microphone and my keyboard, so you have to scooch back a little bit.
Amazing to see the ease with which he drew on the powers of two flows. Flows he never encountered.
You don't need that much space though.
She's watching me, trying to learn from me. But her spell of binding weakens with every runestone I find.
I will have timestamps, so you guys can skip through.
Well, if there's one benefit to the spell that binds me here, it may be an inability to fall.
Alright, once again, click every ring one time. Just be very careful. You don't click anything twice, because you're going to have to bring it back again. And now this is going to raise the city and give you the weather power.
Whoa! It's beautiful. The energy of this city is changing the weather.
You know, the graphics look simple, but when you're in VR, it just feels so much better. Alright, we're pretty much done with this area for now.
What can I change?
We're gonna go to the Feylands, the Fairylands, to activate the weather, and we're gonna make that plant grow. The acorn we planted earlier. Once you have it dormant, you're gonna go back to the material world and then teleport back, and it's gonna have grown. right there. Use your shadow hand to grab the rune. I think you can reach down and grab it probably, but...
With this, I can siphon another
Alright,
line.
there is your Fairyland Runestone. And another cutscene.
Theorize that we are bound to our own perspectives, that our understanding of the flows is culturally limited. Not that it's any less potent. It is true that I cannot comprehend the way my unseelie colleague sees the natural world. I see only inevitable decay.
Unseelie. I don't know what that word means. I'm gonna have to look that up in a dictionary. I can kind of guess the definition based on the context.
These flow weavers have no such limitation. Their understanding of the dimensions that surround us is a holistic one. Imagine if we could so unshackle ourselves. The trap must be reset. I need another subject.
The more I understand her, the more I can see how she understands the flows of this world. She clearly has the greatest understanding of the Shadow Realm, where she must draw her own necromantic powers from. Whichever other flows they have access to must be through the skills of her colleagues. The rest are where she can't see me.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the Underworld.
Like this at all.
Now,
seems to be some version of an underworld,
touch that rope, and it'll burn. If you hold it, touch that rope right there, and that rope.
Stopping the gears from turning.
Now, if you drop that rope, the grenade's gonna drop down. Grab the gear on the top over there in the left-hand corner. We're gonna put it there. If it doesn't spin, it means you used the wrong one. So you can kind of tell if it's too large or not. You want it kind of the perfect size. We're gonna grab that large gear, place it right there. There's a small gear right there above that, and that fits over there. What you're gonna do is bring that down, and you're gonna shift it to the right. The cart will go in through that door and open it. Just have your cursor there with shadow hand. You're gonna grab that small gear and place it right there on the bottom.
All connected.
We're gonna set it back to the left. We're gonna pull that out so it blocks the cart, and then the bomb will go in there.
Success! One step closer.
Now, since we have it to the left, it's gonna go land next to us. We're gonna take the rock out and we're gonna put it on here, because you're gonna crush it later to get the runestone from the Underworld. You're gonna take this bomb. You gotta grab it with your hand, not your shadow hand, and you're gonna sprinkle all the oil in that lever. When you pull it, it'll work now. You're gonna take that gem and drop it in this slot in this device. And then when you bring this top thing down and click the button, you'll see that the gem will fall down. That's one, I believe that's 2, 6 times there, and then 3 times for the 4th column. So that's another passcode. So we're gonna go back to the material world, enter the code in, and I'm struggling here. I was like, why isn't this working? So again, it should be 1263. This last one, I was like, it's like, please. Now this will give you the last gear piece that you need for everything to work in the Underworld.
How did that get in there?
Gonna teleport back, and I'm gonna put it right there on the right hand side. Now everything's powered. When you click that device on the left hand corner, it will refine the gem and give it back to you, and you'll unlock the firepower. Now you can burn everything. Then we crush that, we got the runestone. We're gonna put it in here, another cutscene.
The master's understanding of how magic ebbs and flows around this world is great. Greater than mine even. And yet we must learn more. Like these flow weavers from other worlds, we must. attain a greater holistic understanding. Conflict is coming. Cataclysm, perhaps. The void approaches, and the gods have abandoned us to our fate. So the Master has taught us. We must be prepared. We must learn to harness all the power we can. Learn how the flows interact and how they shield us. I will take such knowledge from these flow weavers. I will take it from their corpses. I will rip it from their very souls. If I must.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I really hope there's a sequel, because I want to know what happens.
Void. If that comes for this world, could it eventually reach the rest of the multiverse? My being here proves there are some connections leading back home. I need to warn my teachers. But first, I gotta break that binding spell. It's so close now.
Alright, so with the ray of fire, you can burn that. You can use that stick like before.
That could prove very...
Burn those boards. And then you're going to communicate with the rat. He's going to go into that little closet there and bring out a skeleton with the runestone for this place. Now you have all the runestones.
We've captured a new flow weaver. They're young, but seem incredibly flexible in their magic. Basics only from each flow they access, but the ease with which they learn. Once again, the bounds of the experiment were set. Allow them access to the Shadowrealm, Feylands, and Underworld, where we can watch them. Yet somehow, they recently gained access to the Skybridge. I don't know how, but it's amazing to behold. We'll have to keep a close eye. We can't allow them to go any further. Access to any of the other flows could have catastrophic consequences. Not to mention, allow them the possibility of escape.
The possibility of escape, eh? Well, the circle of binding is getting weak now. You know, even with just these 5 runestones, I think I could break it if I put enough pressure on it. No, I need to find these other flows, the ones outside of the bounds of their little experiment. I need to better understand the flows of this place. If I know how many are connected to this world, and what kind of forces these other flows represent, maybe I can find a way to get to one of them and escape this place.
I'm here, Alex. Please skip.
Perhaps I can use my planar compass.
Okay, so what you're supposed to do, I'm not entirely sure here, but I believe you're supposed to grab all of the powers in the compass, and that will unlock the location, the last one. But anyways, before we continue, we're gonna use the storm power in the Underworld, and that will drop silver. You're gonna grab it, you're gonna put it under the press, you're gonna switch to the fire to heat it up, and then you can stamp it now. You're gonna take that into the storm, the bridge. The Skybridge.
Should be a good enough reflective surface. Now I need some way to imbue it with a lot of energy.
Since you have burned those boards, that device on the left-hand side is now free.
Advanced city in the clouds, seemingly empty and partly ruined. Do my captors even know it exists? I wonder when the last time someone saw this place was.
So you're gonna charge it. I completely forgot how to get that last place unlocked. If you don't do that, this will never charge up. So I was a little confused, and this is me trying to remember how I did it, even though this is my 3rd time playing the game. Just, you know, forgive me, because I have no sleep. I'm covering games left and right. 2 games a day at the very least. It's very difficult on top of all the guide videos I'm making. And now I'm making shorts on YouTube and a whole new channel and TikToks for game coverage, and I'm just slowly going insane. My short-term memory is shot. I feel like the dude from Memento. I can only remember what happened for a minute and then it's gone. So here I'm just holding it. This is kind of embarrassing, but I'm gonna leave this in because to show I'm not perfect, you know. So I thought, you know, maybe you're supposed to teleport to different places, and maybe it'll charge over time because time does pass if you warp to different locations. And that wasn't it either. So this is just me struggling. Of course, I'm gonna put timestamps so you can just skip through all of this. I don't want to waste your guys' time. So I went to every realm and used the thunder power. I wish there was a hint system in this game. It's kind of hard. I mean, they tell you what to do, but sometimes like I don't understand what you're trying to say, you know? I'm good at logic puzzles, not when someone tells me something and I'm supposed to understand what they said. Yeah, like escape room games, I love it. It's all logic based. You can work backwards. Like, oh, I need 4 numbers. What can I get 4 numbers from? Oh, there's 4 numbers on that wall above the skeleton's head. Maybe I can put that in. But like, you know, when it's just like something completely random like this, I'm like, well, help me. Send help. Also, it helps to have you know, slept. That definitely does help. Here, yeah, I'm using the lightning power. I'm like, God dang it, how do I do this? God dang it, Bobby Hill. I think I wasted as much time as a couple of cutscenes, which frustrated me because I was like, I have become the evil that I swore to destroy. Anakin, you're like a brother to me. But yeah, oh man, the game looks great when you're in VR. Everything looks great, even though it's simple. It just feels more real. I think VR is definitely the future of gaming. If they push the technology right, it has to be better, more accessible, and cheaper. So here I'm trying to like do everything I can to it, use the shadow hand, fire it up. That doesn't work at all. You have to get the last world unlocked. You'll see like an empty circle. So then I'm like, maybe I need to do something else. So I tried listening to all of the memories, which you don't need to do, by the way. I don't think you need to do this. So I wasted even more time.
It's like that tower is a dark, decayed reflection of where I am in the material world. Is my cell in the tower as well? The architecture is ornate, not like any prison I know. I can see the ocean all around, and the room's full of netting and rugs. A lighthouse, maybe? Why am I being kept here? I have to return to the material world before I can flow elsewhere. The runestone I found was the same as the ones I saw when I was first captured. They must be part of the spell that's binding me here. The way that spell was cast, it likely flung the runestones into different dimensions, like a net or anchor. One to each. If I can find more of them, reinsert them into the circle of binding, I should be able to break the spell.
I'm like, maybe I can grab the dreamscape itself.
So, somehow I was drawn into a magical trap when I tried to move between dimensions. Brought to this world and trapped by this magic circle, supposedly by some necromancer. But if I've been captured, why? And if the intent was to imprison me, why give me the tools to escape? Or at least continue to explore these flows? A portal key to the Feyland, a locked chest with useful items inside? Do my captors want me to escape? What do they hope to gain? That one gear was stolen from the Underworld and locked in a magical chest in my cell. It can only have been done by my captors, right? Which means they're able to access the Underworld as well, and to steal from, presumably, demons. Why take it? And why put it in my cell? It's like they wanted me to find it.
It's like I didn't really care for these bits because it was obvious and it didn't really add to the narrative, so it felt a little redundant.
Followed by what could only have been the separation of this world from the rest of the multiverse. That's why I can't access any of the dimensions or magic I know. And presumably people here are themselves trapped in a way.
See, this part is interesting, but then it doesn't pay off at the end. So I'm hoping there's a sequel, because I would love to hear more about the world and what's happening.
Why? So, I've met the actual necromancer who captured me. Flesh and blood this time, not the shade of her memories or magic. And she has confirmed her limitations.
But if they do make a sequel, I sure hope they let you skip the cutscenes. It's the only thing I would like to see.
Why I've been captured. So, knowledge may be my greatest weapon now. At least, the more I understand about this world, the better I understand its flows, the better the chance I'll be able to break the binding and escape the necromancer's clutches. But more importantly, I need to find those runestones. If I can get enough of them, I can break this binding spell. Then I can find a way to escape. Ah, the binding circle is so weak now. I think I can break it. Just need to figure out where to go. My first step should be to figure out what all the flows are that connect to this world, and figure out what kind of magic each represents. If she's so concerned about me going there, they may very well lead to an escape route.
I'm trying to click that, like maybe I can go there.
From the flows I know inside my planar compass, each of the 4 spells I've learned, it should allow me to feel out the overall fabric.
So that's when I'm grabbing it. I'm like, oh, thank you for reminding me. You came in handy. Unskippable voice cutscenes. So then I'm like, yes, I did it. I finally did it. I wasted so much time. And then I got a bug where this happens from time to time where you cannot access your compass. What you have to do is you have to bring up the menu and you have to exit and then you have to go back in. Sorry, but it's really annoying, but
a technologically advanced city in the clouds, seemingly empty and partly ruined.
And then when I came back, the silver plate was gone, so I had to make it again now. Thankfully it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, you might reach a bug where the compass is inaccessible.
I think something was dislodged from that rock. My shadow hand spell seems to be affected by the power of this flow. It's smoldering here. I'm gonna be careful what I grab with it.
So like the voice quips about like you burning stuff, that should have played earlier, but it didn't play the first time you go in, so you don't know why it's burning the ropes. Alright, just put the silver plate in there and now use the weather and it should be good to go.
Now I need some way to imbue it with a lot of energy.
I'm grabbing all that stuff. And it's supposed to show that little empty world outline there, but it doesn't because it's bugged right now. Or maybe because I didn't play the voice clip, but if you do it, it should work. So I'm like, screw this game. I'm just gonna charge it and see what happens, and it works.
Just to infuse it with whatever planar energy I can muster.
And now you're supposed to hold B and Y to meditate. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Maybe I don't need to do that. I don't know. It's not clear. I'm gonna have to go back and play the game a 4th time. Just to figure this out. Actually, I have a save file right before the end. I might be able to use it. But yeah, I don't know why it wants you to meditate.
And there it is. Oh, wow! That's a lot of energy.
Okay.
Anything too close to that rod would get heavily electrified.
I, for some reason, thought you're supposed to teleport with that item, but it just gives you a new dimension, you know? You can tell I'm getting tired.
And now to open the way to the realm of mirrors and break the circle of binding.
Stop! You do not know what you are doing.
Apparently I know a lot more than you do. And I'm not keen to stick around for you to turn me into one of the undead, thanks.
I'm warning you. The Otherwhere is a dangerous, maddening place, Flow Weaver. You will not find release there.
Yeah, well, at least it won't be here, and at least I won't have to contend with your little binding spell anymore. We both know it's about to break. Good luck with your doomed world.
Selfish fool. You will regret this.
I'm not a fan of the protagonist.
The mage killer. Gods, restrain them. Gods.
I win. Wait, what?
A winner, could it be? Oh, yes, yes, yes! Welcome to my domain, traveler from the distant.
I was like, great, this is the ending. There better be a sequel. I would really like a sequel. I want to see what happens next. Also, I love escape rooms. I hope there are more VR escape rooms in the future. So I really like the game. Again, I couldn't put it down until I beat it. But there were some points where I was frustrated because I feel like the puzzle logic is not quite sound as you know, an escape room game would have. Again, for a lot of the escape room games I played, it's hard for me to get stuck because most of the puzzles, if they're well designed and consistent, are based on just working backwards from whatever you need. It's like, I need a 4-digit code, I can work backwards. You look through the level and it's like, where can I get a 4-digit code? And most keys can only be used once. I'm just talking about keys generally speaking to unlock a step in the puzzle. This one had like weird stuff, you know? I'm like, how is I supposed to know, you know, how to do that? So only a few points though. The rest was pretty good, pretty straightforward. And yeah, the cutscenes though, you gotta let me skip them. I'm going insane now. You gotta let me skip them. But yeah, I had fun. I played through the game 3 times. I might play through it 4 times. Very rare for me to do that. I didn't even get achievements for it. Now if it comes on Steam, I'm gonna play it again maybe. But yeah. Oh man, cutscenes need to be skippable. Other than that, it's pretty neat. The puzzles are a little bit weak compared to other escape room games. It's relatively simple, and but that's okay. It's definitely more immersive in VR. But yeah, that's the game. I'm gonna call it quits here. Thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, comments, things you'd like to see or for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm gonna have a preview video up where it's just shorter, and I don't want to spoil the game for everyone, but I'm gonna upload the full playthrough for people who want to see it. And if you guys want a no commentary version, let me know. I'm gonna have, I think I'll upload a no commentary version. I don't know. And shout out to Astrid, Evolve PR, fantastic place, fantastic people. I had a lot of fun though. Thank you for making the game. I know I complain, but it's cause I'm a little bit cranky from not having slept. Alright, that's it. Catch you guys next time. Hope this helped.